Hello, and welcome to this Partner Spotlight. I am your host, Joshua Harrell, and I am so happy that you are joining us live. We're coming to you live from the World Via Studios in Roswell, Georgia. And the thing about a Partner Spotlight is this is our chance to talk to our friends, our different partners who we work with, who have beautiful products, destinations, experiences. We got to say that the travel business is a very, very cool business. But being kind of newer to the business, I've been told I can't say that I'm new. I started in 2017. But being kind of newer to this business, I will say that outside of travel and the wonderful experiences you get to have, it's the friendships that you get to make with whether it's your team members or it's your partners who you get to work with on a regular basis. And one of my favorite partners, because I only do partner spotlights with our partners who I adore, but this is one of my, if there was a tier, this is like in the highest tier of partner friends. You are here today with my friend Lynn Coughlin from Norwegian Cruise Line. So Lynn, welcome to the Sequined Palace.
Thank you so much, Joshua. It's great to be here, and thank you for that warm welcome.
This is the Partner Spotlight is something very sacred to me, and that's why we decorate it with the sequins and give it all the sparkle and shine that it's not like we're lacking sparkle and shine. I mean, between you and I think we got enough going on, but just adds to it, makes it a little unique. So I am very, very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
You came all the way from
Boston.
You were in Boston, yes.
Yes.
So that's how important a Partner Spotlight is. That Lynn got on a plane from Boston so she could come just for this. No, you have family here too, so you're making the most out of this trip, right?
I am, but this is truly a special partnership, so thank you for having me.
So excited to have you here, and we've got some great video footage that you brought us, so we're going to go through some of that, and we're just going to talk about Norwegian Cruise Line, which is shortened to NCL. Most of the members of our network, our travel pros, they know that I hate an acronym. So, but with Norwegian Cruise Line, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. I mean, you might as well be Hurtigruten, like make it, you know. So this is one of those exceptions. We call it NCL. But I we have a nice not it's a beautiful product. It's a beautiful experience, but we have some history. We met through our relationship of working together with our travel pros, and your company. But we've had the opportunity to sail together
Yes.
too. So
So
we have
fun.
lots to talk to you about. Nothing ruined. There was no ruined experiences. Sometimes that does come up, but no ruined experiences. We have a lot to talk about. But first and foremost, for anyone out there who does not know who Norwegian Cruise Line NCL is, how do you describe your company?
Yes, well, Norwegian is a little bit different. We're special. We believe in the freestyle cruising concept. You know, everyone works so hard. Schedules are very regimented. So we believe that when you go on vacation, that it's your time. You should really be able to do what you want when you want. And so that's what the freestyle cruising is all about. So there are no reservations required in the main dining rooms. You can get dressed up or you can get dressed down. You could really wear whatever you want. You can eat with whom you want. You're not seated at tables with other people. So it's very freeing and just a wonderful way to cruise, actually.
Yeah, it's different. My first cruise was in 2017, and it was with another brand, but it was also to Cuba. So there were some restrictions on the ship, or the size ship that could go in. So whenever I mentioned this to another one of my favorite partners, they're like, "That I can't believe that was your first cruise, because it was a baby ship. It was like a little tiny thing." And then, as the years have gone on, I have been fortunate enough to experience different cruise experiences, and that freestyle that you have, it makes a difference, because when you sail on other cruise lines, it's not that way. And so you're like, well, wait a minute, why do I have to think about this? Why? I don't want to have to think about this. I want to, and do I want to get dressed up? Probably not. Although sometimes I do. I mean, let's be honest, sometimes I do.
And you can with Norwegian.
Yes. And there's also some excellent shopping that happens as well. I'm just saying, again, part of our experience traveling together, I did some shopping, because that happens to a lot of people. You get in vacation mode and you do some shopping.
Yes, watches, jewelry.
And if at certain stores, if you hit a certain number with your purchase, you get to ring a bell. So I'm not saying that that's why you would travel with NCL, but I'm just saying that's a little part of the experience. But Evan, our producer, has a video that you brought us that's the essence of NCL, and I think this would be a great opportunity to experience the essence of NCL.
Great.
Pull back the shades on a blue sky, sunny day. Watch all the worries of the world just sail away. An ocean, keep your heart wide open. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 come on and celebrate. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Perfect time, so let's go. Let's go. Open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go. Let's go. Taking a breeze with the magic kind of view. All that you need is right in front of you. So much to see, so much to do. I'm too busy feeling this free. Hey, 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 don't let a moment slip away. Hey, 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 it feels so good, go ahead and open your eyes and free your soul. You picked the perfect time, so let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Just wow. I mean, that I like the fact that the video that was the essence. I feel like whoever created that, give them big kudos, because that was the essence. Not only did we get to see the beautiful ship, and the experiences on the ship, but it really is about that time with the family, or your family of choice, or the people that you like to travel with, or if you just want to go by yourself. Okay, hey, no judgment there. Going to beautiful destinations, and being able to do just about everything that you can imagine, including there was some footage, I believe, of the Prima with the racetrack. Now, were you even thinking that you could do a racetrack on a cruise? I did not believe it until I saw it.
That's right. 4 of our ships actually have the racetrack. And on Prima and Viva, the racetrack is actually a triple decker where you can go speeds upwards of 35 miles an hour. You wear a helmet and you race around the track, 3 levels, and you can't believe that you're actually doing this on board a ship. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very, you can see it as you're boarding the ship. You can see the racetrack, but you're like, that, I mean, I honestly, I think of more of like the Magic Kingdom, with the little race car, go-kart type things. No, they're seriously going after, this is racing.
Yes.
And it is a heck of a lot of fun.
Very fun.
I have not done it. I am not the running, jumping, climbing trees kind of guy, but I did enjoy hearing the stories, the victory laps.
It's even fun to watch, though. There's an observation lounge where you can watch your family members or just, other guests on board cruising around at, great speeds. So it's very fun.
And you've got, not only do you have things like that, but I mean, we were watching in that video, seeing the shows, which, I mean, beautiful shows. Beautiful shows.
We're known for having the best entertainment at sea. If you were to see any of these shows, they're Broadway type productions. If you were to see any of these, you'd be paying upwards of $150, $200. And these headlining shows are complimentary on our ship, so they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and a variety of things. So it's not just like this is the show, and this is what you're gonna see every night. And I mean, that anybody who's a cruiser knows that there's always variety, but I love the variety. There was a game show on the ship that I was on, and I thought, I'm not going to enjoy this. I am not going to enjoy this game show. I didn't get to participate in the game show. I felt like I was in a game show. It was so much fun. It was one of the most fun parts of kind of the show experience. And then you had Donna. Or is
Summer,
it?
the Donna Summer musical.
Summer, the Donna Summer musical. Huge fan of Donna Summer. And if you are too young to know who Donna Summer is, please Google her and download all the music because it was amazing. Just a lot of very cool experiences. But what I get to talk about a lot of different travel experiences. What I love about travel, which I don't think I knew until I became a part of the travel industry, is there's plenty of cruise ships out there. Each brand does have its own brand essence. And the ones that I love the most, like NCL, are the ones where, yes, it's a beautiful ship, but it truly is the experience. I have a memory. That is owned, copyrighted by NCL. It was our experience. We got to travel on the Prima, the newest class of ships.
Yes.
And we got to board in Iceland. I'd never been to Iceland before. And just got to have an amazing time on a ship that I remember talking to Derek from your team while, this was the news. It was going to be coming out, this brand new ship, this brand new concept. And it takes years for these ships to be built, right?
Yes.
But it was getting to the finishing stages during, what I've learned from the Icelandic people, was called the incident. That's what they call the pandemic, was the incident. So we're trying to make that a thing. So during the incident, everybody's trying to keep space, And on that ship, you guys had already built in so much outdoor space that it really truly felt very, very different.
Absolutely. The Prima class ship is all about wide open spaces.
Yeah.
And so that was actually designed pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
And so when we were emerging from the pandemic, it was wonderful because we were all much more aware of our personal space. So it really, she's a beautiful ship.
Yeah, and I mean that's obviously just one class of the ships with Norwegian, but it was kind of fascinating that we were in this moment of, how are we going to cruise? Because cruising is all about sitting with strangers and everything being indoors, and there is such a balance with that class of ship that as we were walking, now it was cold in Iceland, I'm gonna say. I mean, if you didn't know, it gets kind of cold, so I wasn't enjoying the outside beds while we were there. We had to move a little further south before I did. But as you're walking through, you get these beautiful vistas as you look either side, because there's so much outdoor space, outdoor eating space, entertainment space. You got the racetrack up top. I mean, it was very well done. I know that you were not personally responsible for designing the ship.
No, I wasn't.
But your team did a very, very good job.
Thank you.
And it has a sister.
Viva.
Viva,
Norwegian Viva.
Las Vegas.
Yes,
No, that's not
yes.
It's not that.
And she is really the twin to the Prima, and she is absolutely spectacular. At Norwegian, it's about the onboard experience, but it's also about the beautiful ports that we visit. And we visit over 400 magical places, and are very port intensive. We have some of the most time spent in port and the fewest sea days. And so when travel pros are looking at the itineraries, they're seeing the beautiful itineraries that Norwegian provides. We have an itinerary planning department that is amazing. I think it would be a lot of fun to be a part of that department. But the itineraries are absolutely spectacular.
I like that you called it 400 magical places. I like that. I'm going to use that whenever I'm talking about Norwegian magical places. And on our trip we had some magical places. Now, granted, it was the naming ceremony or the christening?
Christening sailing.
It was the christening sailing. I'm telling you, there's so many names of within the cruise industry of the different events. But we got to go to loads of different places, magical places.
Yes.
And have really cool experiences. Now, like I said, I did not do the racetrack, and not everybody will do the racetrack. Like you said, we can observe it.
Right.
But there was just each port that we did call on, fantastic experiences in each one. And then in that video, I loved seeing everybody playing in the water and having that family time, friend time. It's just a great. While yes, the ship is a beautiful thing, it is really the background for your adventure.
Right.
And there's loads of places that you travel to. 400 magical places. Let's remember that. Over 400 magical places. How many ships are in the fleet?
So there are 19 ships in
Okay.
the Norwegian fleet, but we are actually part of Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings. That's our parent company. And I believe there are 26 ships altogether in NCLH, and Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings is made up of our sister brands, Regent Seven Seas, which is ultra luxury, and then Oceana, which is a very a high-end premium line as well. And Norwegian absolutely benefits from the relationship with our sister companies, especially in the culinary area, where it's the same food suppliers and the same menu preparers. And so our culinary on our premium contemporary side of the business, the Norwegian Cruise Line side of the business, is fantastic as well.
I like that you're right about the culinary experience. I remember early on speaking to a friend at Oceana, and she was talking all about their culinary experience, and I think it was talking to your teammate Kathy, where she had told me, oh no, we all benefit. It's everywhere. So I was like, oops, the cat's out of the bag there, because the food is phenomenal, and what a great way to try all different types of I mean, you've got the standard fare for those picky eaters, right? But then you also have some great choices if you want to get bold and try something new. And even on the Prima, is it the food hall? Is that what it's called?
Indulge Food Hall.
The Indulge Food Hall. So, food hall maybe doesn't sound that exciting, but you get multiple restaurants. This is not a food court. It sounds like that. It is multiple food experiences, and you get to order from your table from every single one of them. Right off the tablet? Yep, right off the tablet. And I will have 3 of those. I will have 2 of those, and you get to taste the world and all its desserts. Right. It's a very, very cool experience.
And I would say that food is super important on a cruise ship.
Yes.
And we always have an equal number of complimentary and specialty restaurants. We believe so much in that onboard experience that the majority of guests that sail with Norwegian would involve their booking with the free at sea amenities that include specialty dining. So again, there's always great variety of specialty restaurants as well. They tend to be smaller, more intimate, so you do make reservations at the specialty restaurants where you can just walk in anytime you want, wearing anything you want, eating with whomever you want in the main dining rooms.
Right. But I highly recommend it. So anybody that is being budget conscious around planning their cruise they would not, maybe with another cruise line, they might not explore specialty dining. I mean, I would say with all of our cruise partners, specialty dining is amazing, but the fact that you can do that is, I think you can make a reservation, and it will be well worth it, because everywhere I've eaten with NCL has been just phenomenal. Now, I'm leaning a lot on the fact that you and I were on the Prima. That was a very special experience for me, and I got to spend loads of time with you. I got my Donna Summer fix. I mean, there's that. But the Viva she's coming out.
She's sailing.
She's like Diana Ross. I'm coming out.
Right.
And I get to go with one of my favorite people, my boss. I just wanted to put that out there as long as it could be documented. So in a few weeks, we are going to be doing Italy, Croatia. We're just places I've never been to before, and I get to do it on the sister ship to my very first experience, which was Prima. So I think you brought us a little video on the Viva that I'd like to cut away to.
I have. Let's watch it.
Yeah, let's do it. Viva Las Vegas. That's all I can say. I mean, I'm sure that is not the vibe you're going for, but yeah.
No, but did you see the tagline? Live it up. That's the Viva's tagline. And so we thought, well, where can we position the ship where she is really, truly living it up? So again, magical destinations, spectacular itineraries. In the summer, she sails in the Mediterranean, and in the winter, she sails from San Juan. Beautiful Caribbean itineraries, a different port every single day, no sea days. Absolutely spectacular.
Wow. Now, if you are a non-cruiser, because there's a lot of people who have never cruised before, so explain sea days. I mean, it may seem obvious, but please explain sea days to someone who has never been on a cruise before.
Well, sure. A sea day is when you're not visiting a port, so it's a truly, rest and relaxation day on board the ship and enjoying all that the ship has to offer. I love sea days, but we have found that when people travel farther away, they really are interested in seeing as many different places as they possibly can, given the amount of time that they have to take their vacation. So an itinerary with no sea days is really pretty special.
Yeah, yeah. So the sea day, to your point, that's when I go to the spa. I make sure that I mean, I may sound bougie. Jason in Weekly Charter Life, he always says, well, you're always about luxury. Well, no, not really. There are certain luxurious things that I like to do. I like to luxuriate. So sea days are great for spa days. So I've definitely done that. But you're right. If I am traveling all the way over to the Med, I really don't want a sea. I want to get in there and do.
And wake up every day in a different port.
Wake up every day in a different port. Yes. And it's also great. Speaking to the non-cruisers, there's this statement about only have to unpack once when you're on a cruise ship. When you are with a family or a large group, that is a very big deal, okay? Because I can't handle the stress of trying to organize everybody getting packed and moved. So the fact that you can go through the whole Mediterranean, wake up in a different port every day, and you didn't have to unpack.
Bonus.
A huge bonus. Great food, entertainment all the time. That's a big deal. So Viva, spending time in the Med, and then you said the Caribbean. A lot of cruise ships go to the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So what's so different about the Viva going to the Caribbean?
Well, because she's starting so far south in San Juan, she's able to go to islands not typically included in a 7-day itinerary with no sea days. So she'll visit places like St. Lucia and Barbados and Antigua. And so different port every single day. Beautiful, beautiful itinerary.
Yeah. And, so I was going to go to this camera and I was going to speak right to everybody and say, yes, not all Caribbean itineraries are created equally. So what Lynn was saying, I mean, that your travel pro would definitely, if you are a travel pro or you are watching this because your travel pro sent this to you, they're going to advise you that this does make it very, very unique. So definitely hear that, because there are some cruises that you go on in the Caribbean that you are seeing the same things over and over again. And now, again, I sounded extremely bougie when I said that. I didn't mean to. But.
And I have heard it say that if you've seen one island in the Caribbean, you've seen them all. But I beg to differ, because every island has its own personality.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, it's only when you're not getting off the ship and really getting immersed in that particular island and its people and what it has to offer. There's so much of the world to explore.
Beautiful world.
Yeah. Yesterday we had Jeff from Rocky Mountaineer here, and while they do Canada, the Canadian Rockies, they also do America, and they're going through the desert, and there's Red Rock. They're doing all this. I've never seen that.
Right. Sounds amazing.
I've been to Paradise, but I've never been to me. That's a little old song reference there, for those of you who might pick up on that. Now, I wasn't trying to go through all the videos that Lynn brought, but since we ended up talking about the Caribbean, I do want to bring in the video that you brought on the Caribbean, because we've got so much more to talk about, but we did kind of hit the Caribbean. So Evan, do you have it queued up for us to where we can see a little bit about the Caribbean?
Go ahead and believe it's time to feel free on an island in the sea. Got me feeling like, oh, oh, oh. Got me feeling that island beat. Go ahead and believe it's time to feel free on an island in the sea. Got me feeling like, oh, oh, oh. Got me feeling that island breeze. I got my feet in the water, feeling the breeze through the air. I'm on the island time, nothing above but blue skies, palm trees and warm sand everywhere. Welcome to paradise. Just gotta lay back
your vacation, your tempo. Is that what it said? I saw the tempo. I picked up on that. I mean, did you notice the couple that just kept wanting to spin them? I mean, one spin is okay, but I think he got a little carried away with that. He was like, "We're on holiday. I'm just gonna spin you around."
An extra spin.
But that beautiful, beautiful Caribbean. The Caribbean is so beautiful. I mean, but again, you captured it as it's not the same old,
Mm-hmm.
and so many things are wrapped up into planning a cruise that I was fascinated when I interviewed for my job. My boss was like, it's not just like booking a hotel room. There are so many details to booking a cruise. Not to scare you, but that's where someone who is an expert can really, really make the difference.
Absolutely.
And so if you are an avid cruiser, then you know this already. But if you're not, you want to take advantage of all the education that Norwegian provides you, as well as sharing with other members of the network or learning from other members of the network and their experiences. So one of the things that I didn't mention is if you want information, if you want Lynn's information, to reach out to her, because she would love to work with you and help you build and develop your business with Norwegian. She has a page on Worldview Pro in the supplier source where you can reach out to Lynn directly, and you can also access all the latest updates, any upcoming events, as well as the get registered with Norwegian so you can take a world-class education program, and of course get more updates as they keep expanding all the different offerings that they have, not just about new ships, but all the different things that are included when you book your holiday with Norwegian. So definitely check it out. Just NCL or Norwegian. We put both names in there for you, Lynn. So we want to make sure our bases were covered. But you wanted to talk a little bit more about the offering, the total offering that you guys have.
Yeah, so I think another component that makes Norwegian different than the other cruise lines is the inclusions that we provide. We call them the free at sea. So it's the unlimited beverage package, it's the specialty dining, it's the shore excursions, it's the Wi-Fi. We even have free air for the second guest. And so all of these things really lend themselves to having the best onboard experience, especially the shore excursion discount, because when you're visiting these beautiful ports, particularly in places like Alaska or Hawaii or Europe, you're really wanting to go off and venture off and immerse yourself in the area. And so the Travel Pro can certainly look early to see the different excursions that are available. They typically are posted a year in advance, and it's a great time to begin thinking about those activities that you're going to do when you're in destination, keeping in mind that the most popular excursions do sell out, so you want to book those early. But it's all about the onboard experience as well as the magical, beautiful destinations that you're visiting.
So I'm looking down and smiling. I'm sorry, that was very important what Lynn was talking about. But I completely forgot. I got so engulfed in talking about Norwegian, you. I adore you. So, I'm in my happy place right now.
I don't know where you're going with this.
well, I'm looking down at my phone while you were talking about free at sea, which is really important. I'm not trying to bypass that. But I forgot all about our members in our members only Facebook group, and they have been chatting away and sending us messages, and
Aww.
I've just been on my own little NCL love fest here with Lynn. So I apologize. So guys, if you are watching and you are in our members only Facebook group, then definitely please chime in, especially just to say hi to Lynn, or to share your experience with Norwegian, whether it is for yourself or with your clients. So I have some comments that I want to say. First of all, there's a lot of criticism. No, I'm just kidding. There's no criticism. Wouldn't that be great? Like, welcome to our show, and we've got some feedback for you. No,
dear.
no. Lots of people tuned in. Our Rebecca, we have two Rebeccas that love to tune in to our live shows. One is a Texas Rebecca, and one is Aloha Rebecca, because of where they're, Aloha Rebecca is from Hawaii.
Wow.
So we're going to get to Hawaii in a little bit, Aloha Rebecca. But we have Texas Rebecca here, and she said, I'm here, love Lynn and NCL, and loved up emoji. Is that what that's called? The emoji with the blushing and the hearts all around. I'm looking at Evan because I feel like he tells me what's hip in the world. Oh, that he's failing in that. So I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
call
Rebecca.
it's the loved up emoji you got from Texas Rebecca. Our Paul from our category sales team said, welcome Lynn. Debbie from Sequined, Washington. She said, hi Lynn, we are leaving for our Northeast Canada cruise on Sunday on the Escape. Really looking forward to it. So what should she now? Debbie is she's a seasoned travel pro, but let's say she wasn't. What should she be expecting on the Escape?
Well, the Escape is a beautiful ship, so she should definitely enjoy the specialty restaurants. And the shows on the Escape are magnificent. There's Choir of Man on the Escape. It's a fantastic show. Debbie, you want to make sure that you take that show in. Dress warmly, right? Because the Canada-New England itinerary, you can bring layers. Make sure that you've booked your excursions. And you're going to enjoy some spectacular fall foliage. So I'm excited for you that you're doing that Canada-New England sailing. Have a wonderful time.
Yeah. What is it? The leaf seekers? Is that what they're called?
Leaf peepers.
Peepers. Yeah. The peepers word. I think seekers is better than peepers. Peepers. I don't know. Jeepers creepers. But Debbie, hey, while we're still live, if you've booked, I know you've booked your excursion, so just drop in the chat. Let us know what you're gonna do, so Lynn can know. Anthony said, "Hey Lynn, simply the best.
Aw.
Simply the best.
Thank you, Anthony.
Better than all the rest." Let's see. Emily said, "Hey Lynn, I love selling and sailing in CL." So love that from Emily.
Thank you.
Christine said, "Lynn is wonderful!" Exclamation point. And just I don't even know that Christine knows this, but I am not a fan of exclamation points. I feel like people overuse them. Christine said Lynn is wonderful, 2 exclamation points.
Oh, gosh,
I think those were well placed exclamation points, Christine. So you got me there. The Prima is amazing, exclamation point. I'm not going to fault you for that. And she has clients sailing on Viva in March.
I love it.
Yes. So Christine is definitely a fan. All right. So yeah, I really feel bad, guys. I normally try to get over to the chat, and I completely left you guys alone, and they were trying to jump into the show here. So Emily said, I got to ride the go-karts on the Bliss inaugural. So much fun. I only slightly panicked when we had to put the helmet on and thought, what have I gotten myself involved in? This is not the bumper cards from your childhood going to the carnival. No, this is.
That's funny.
Yes, there's some racing involved. Andy said, I do love the Prima, but the Encore remains my personal favorite. And I definitely love the food hall on the Prima. Talk about the Encore. I mean, Andy's got an affinity for the Encore. What's so special about the Encore?
Well, the Encore, she sails in Alaska and in the Caribbean. She has the most spectacular observation lounge. It's a 180-degree observation lounge in the front of the ship. It's just magical for doing glacier cruising. And by the way, every Alaska itinerary does include a day of glacier sailing. So you can be indoors, warm, and watching the beautiful scenery pass you by. But the Encore is a very special ship. She's one of my favorites as well.
See, Andy, good company. Andy's awesome, so it doesn't surprise me that you guys share a passion for the Encore.
I'm
So-
sailing on the Encore October 1, actually, sailing to Alaska. We have a longer Bermuda and Alaska season, so there's opportunity for guests to go even deeper into the season. So I myself am sailing on the Encore, doing an Alaska itinerary round trip from Seattle, October 1. I'm looking forward to that.
So, if any of is this a personal trip or a work trip?
No, it's a work trip. It's a seminar at sea with some of the Travel Quest travel pros.
I love it. I love it. So I was gonna say if it was personal, I was gonna say everybody please book on it, and then just like find Lynn to where she doesn't even get to enjoy. Like she's like I'm supposed to be on vacation, like, and everybody is trying to track me down. Yeah. Do you guys do karaoke?
We have karaoke, yes.
You do. Okay. We definitely track you down to do karaoke.
You would participate. I would watch you sing.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm absolutely okay with that. So I think you just helped out your sister brand, Regent, just by your little plug there when you were talking about Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings there, because Christine said, "How did I not realize Regent was was your ultra luxury brand?" So glad she listened today just for that tidbit. Yeah,
Yay.
that's Regent is a part of the family. And I got to preview the Oceana Vista.
Very nice.
Just, was it Monday? Sunday. And that was a beautiful ship. Not to get into, I mean, Lynn is here representing NCL, so we're not trying to pitch everybody here, but within the family, you've got some beautiful brands that have their very distinct experiences. And while I love that Christine called out that she didn't realize that Regent was a part of the family and that ultra luxury brand within the family, you have something called the Haven, which is in a league of its own.
It is.
Talk about it a little bit.
So the Norwegian Haven is a ship within a ship complex for the those looking for the most luxurious experience. It's all about priority and private. It's a 24-hour butler. It's a concierge. It's the opportunity to pre-book dining and entertainment ahead of others on the ship. You have exclusive key card access. From the moment you check in at the port, you are escorted onto the ship. So it's priority embarkation, priority disembarkation, daily treats in your room, slippers, robes, Bulgari bathroom amenities. So it's really for those that are looking for the top of the line. It's as I mentioned, a ship within a ship complex. So those can stay in the Haven and have all of the exclusive amenities available to them. Then they can leave the Haven and enjoy all that the ship has to offer for the other guests, all the restaurants, the bars. Oh, and by the way, the Haven does have its own restaurant and lounge, and you have priority seating in the theater as well. So it's all about that special experience.
Yeah, so the experience on board Norwegian is world class. So I mean, you have an amazing experience. However, the Haven, which I have not yet stayed there, I have not upgraded my experience, but let me tell you, upgrade your clients, upgrade yourself, because when I got to tour it on the Prima, I had heard this ship within a ship, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like, what's the big deal? Oh, yeah, once you go Haven, you can't go back.
That's right.
Because it truly is. It's a haven. It's your you're tucked away.
An enclave.
It's yeah. So the elevators are kind of like hidden away. Like nobody's gonna accidentally bump into the Haven elevators. Get into the Haven, and it opens up, and it's quiet. It's intimate. It's your own lounge deck, your own little pool. Just you are just tucked away, and then when you're ready to be with the regular people, you can go down and be with them. But yes, some Bulgari amenities. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, it's very, very unique experience and this very special touch. And what I have found very interesting, because we have such a vibrant network of pros. I mean, they truly are pros, and I learn from them every single day. But they know exactly who that client is that doesn't even know. They might not even know about the Haven, but they know that is the experience that client wants.
That's right.
And when someone experiences it, like I said, you can never go back. I mean,
and I will say that Norwegian is particularly good at multi-generational groups, and the Haven can work well for a family group where perhaps the grandparents or the parents are staying in the Haven, but the other family members are staying in balconies or elsewhere on the ship.
Yeah, that's the kind of that's the kind of family travel I'm gonna do. Yes, you guys have these beautiful suites that you're gonna stay at, and I'm going to go up to my Haven, and I'll see you in a little bit. Like that's the way to do it. I love it. Well, Debbie came back and said for their New England, Canada experience, loved the tips, and said their big excursion will be the Acadia National Park.
Beautiful.
So Debbie is serious about her travel. So very, very glad that you joined in, Debbie, to share that. And that wasn't the Encore? Where was she? The Escape. The Escape. Yes. I love it. Now, something that I wanted to talk about. So again, new to cruising. So my experience has been very, very limited. But I am so glad that I got to do the Prima, and now I get to do the Viva. Yay!
And your mother is sailing on the Viva.
We talked about this before we went on air. I forgot all about this. So, my mom does watch, so I feel like I might be telling tales. Just as long as anyway, my godmother wanted to put together a trip with her brother and my mom and sister, and not my sister, her sister, but it's my godmother's their wedding anniversary. It's my mother's 70th birthday in December. So a while ago they said we're gonna put together this trip, we're gonna go on a cruise, and I'm like, yeah, just go do it, whatever. I didn't even get involved. They're very particular about their travel, and my network, I'm very loyal to you, but I also would not put my family in your world.
Your mother's watching.
I know. I just she knows that I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But my mom's been very excited about it. And see, I'm someone who cannot plan that far out. I need to know that I'm going on vacation in a couple of weeks, and that's how I need to travel. I can't. But she's been thinking about it for a year, and I have not asked any questions. I'm a very bad son. But my godmother was just in town, what was it, a couple of weeks ago, because I texted you right away. And they're talking about their cruise, and I felt like she wanted to go a little bit deeper in the conversation. I didn't even ask where they were going. I didn't ask who they were sailing with. I was like, you know what, you do you. I don't want to get involved. And then I find out that they're going with Norwegian. I was like, oh, that's a fantastic cruise line. What ship are you sailing on? And it was the Viva. And I was like, Oh my gosh, the Viva. I was on the sister ship, the Prima. It's blah, 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 blah. I mean, I just like came to life. And then I texted Lynn and I said, "Oh my gosh, my mom is going to be on the Viva." Blah, 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 blah. And so my godmother, my mom, they're all excited. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this is, he thinks this is going to be so awesome and we get to go and he's never been on it." And then I found out that I was going to be going on the Viva, and I'm going before them. So I was able to message them and be like, "Oh, by the way, I'll be on it first. So, ha ha ha, beat you to it." No, I am so excited that they're going to go, and have that experience. But I'm glad that I get to go first. So,
Yes, it's a great place to celebrate those special occasions.
Yeah, no, they're going to have a blast. They're going to absolutely have a blast. And again, it's that concept of having all the entertainment, world-class culinary experience, but it's the open concept of
Freestyle cruising.
yeah. I mean, do it your way,
Yeah.
which they are. So please telephone the ship ahead of. I don't know if do they have to do the telegraph and just be like the Harrell family is on the move, they're coming, so
They'll be wonderful. Fine.
your team can take care of them. So something I'm glad that you brought that up because I wanted to mention that about the Viva, and my mom celebrating her 70th birthday. I mean, that's a big milestone, and to get to do it with you guys, I'm very, very I'm blessed that they're going to get to experience that. But something that I learned in the very, very beginning when I started in travel is Hawaii. And I've always seen, I saw the Brady Bunch. They went. I know that you don't take anything off of the island, and I do know that because of the Brady Bunch, right? I do not do that. But I've always seen beautiful pictures. It's never been really on my radar to go, because it's a little bit of a haul to get out there. I'm not somebody who likes to be in the car for very long or the plane very long, so just never been on my list. But I learned very early on about the Pride of America,
Yes.
and the fact that you have a ship permanently based there, and you get to experience more of Hawaii than is any other real cruise line of that type, right?
It's true. Because the Pride of America is a U.S. flagship, we're allowed to sail just around Hawaii. We don't have to touch a foreign port. So it's a 7-day sailing, Saturday, year-round, always on sale several years in advance. It's a premium product. It does sell out. Think of it as an floating hotel, floating all-inclusive hotel in Hawaii, which is in itself unusual because there aren't any all-inclusives in Hawaii, but you have this lovely floating hotel that's sailing around the islands. It leaves from Honolulu. You visit Maui and Kauai and both sides of the Big Island, Hilo and Kona. You're spending 102 hours in port. You have 2 overnights. So actually are overnighting in Maui and overnighting in Kauai. So a real opportunity to experience a luau at night, to not have to rush back to the ship. So it is a very unique product. We're the only ones that do that sailing round trip Hawaii, Saturday for 7 days. And it's a fantastic program. Beautiful itinerary.
And most people that visit Hawaii, I mean, Hawaii is a bucket list item like Alaska, but you are making a choice, right? I mean, I can't do it all for the most part. Most people, so they're going to fall. What I've heard is they fall in love, and then they've got to plan another trip to get around to the other islands. But with this experience, fly to Honolulu. And now you get that floating hotel.
Really, you're seeing 4 islands in a week, and then if you have a favorite, then you know that's where you may want to return another time. But it's a great sampler, Hawaiian sampler.
Oh, I like that. Who doesn't like a dessert sampler? I mean, that's I will say that I did that on the Oceana Vista. It was when they brought we went to a specialty restaurant, they bring out the dessert menu, and it's like you could choose key lime pie, apple, whatever. And then somebody I was dining with, she said, do you do like a sampler? And he said, oh, we do a sampler all the time. I was like, you are the right person to be traveling with.
Yeah.
Yes, let's have samplers. And we got to sample everything. So yes,
Wow.
a Hawaiian sampler. I love that. And this is right now, unfortunately, with everything that Hawaii has gone through. But right now, there are some great airfare airfare rates for you to take advantage of and get out there and support Hawaii.
Absolutely.
And do it with the pride of America.
Yeah.
I love. So when did you guys start painting all these beautiful murals on the fronts of your ships? I mean, it's a thing you're known for.
We are. It's called hull art. We're known for
Hull
our hull
art.
art. I don't know when it started, but I love it because I can spot a Norwegian ship off in the distance very
Yes.
early. Not just looking at the smokestack, right?
Right.
At the chimney, but to see the hull art, I can tell that it's one of ours. So.
Yeah.
And it's usually very famous artists. For example, on the Prima, the hull art was designed by an Italian graffiti artist named Pita. The ship was built in the Fincantieri shipyard outside of Venice, and so as an homage to that, the hull art was done by a Italian artist, Pita. But there's always an interesting story behind every bit of hull art. Hull art.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's very, very, very special. And when you are in port, a fantastic selfie or
Yes.
picture with your friends. But you did, since we did talk about Hawaii, you did bring us a little bit of video around Hawaii
Yes.
and the pride of America.
Yes.
So, Evan, roll that beautiful Hawaii footage. Aloha.
I know.
I love it. There was no spinning around. I feel like there was. I feel like that couple did not get the memo about spins. I do feel like now. Please follow me on social media because every cruise with Norwegian, someone's going to have to spin me. I feel like, someone is going to have to spin me around. Maybe John Chernesky. Well,
Oh.
do we think, hey, John, if you're out there, I feel like, because he's tall enough that he could spin me.
And I think he would.
I think he probably would. He'd be like, please do not video this at all, but I feel like he would.
He's so much fun, just like you.
Yeah, he is fantastic. I'm so happy that he is working with you, and you can feel that energy with your whole team. I mean, you've got amazing crew on board your ships.
Thank you.
And the team that supports the travel professional all the way around. I can name off some names, but I'm not. But just all the way around, I feel like you have been such a great partner of ours, and that partnership is something that, I mean, you've seen it in the comments just within our members only Facebook group. You are truly a partner to our pros, which enables us to have amazing experiences ourselves, but to create those amazing experiences, those magical, over 400 magical places that you get to go on when you're with Norwegian. I mean, please give the kudos to the team.
Thank
when
you.
get
Well,
back.
you are a fantastic partner as well, and I love working with your travel pros.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I do too. Sometimes they can be, they can be a little hard on me a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because I see, hey Wendy, be nice to me. She likes to give me a hard time when she tunes in live. So no, I love our Wendy. I'm so glad that she's here. So Andy chimed in on the Haven. He was traveling with our founders, the founders of Travel Quest Network, Walt and Bonnie, and they were staying in the Haven. So he got a tour while on the Prima, and ever since, he said his wife has begged me to book it for a milestone anniversary in the future for them. So, Andy, next milestone anniversary, you better get on it. Because you want to experience the Haven.
The Haven does sell very quickly, so we want to make sure that you're if you're interested in the Haven, that you're booking that early on, as early as you can.
Yes. Heed that advice, okay? And Wendy chimed in, not to give me any critique. Thank you, Wendy.
I know this, Wendy.
Yeah, I know you do. Because she said, Lynn helped me with a group recently. Thanks, Lynn. And I know you feel the sincerity in that. But I'm really glad that Wendy brought up about, I feel like I'm beating your chair. I apologize. I'm not used to these beautiful fuchsia, like rose pink chairs. They're very fun. But I want to talk about groups for a minute, because you have a very unique approach to groups, in the fact that it's pretty easy to work with you and create groups.
We have a wonderful group program, and it is so much fun to travel with other people, and so we highly recommend it. But we have early booking bonuses, and we have special amenities, and it's just 5 cabins for us considered a group with an affinity group, and it's very easy to get 5 cabins of friends, and so we really do have a fantastic group program.
Yeah.
Very, very popular, and your travel pros do a wonderful job selling our affinity group, so thank you.
Yes, yeah. Very, very easy. And again, I like to express that I am not a travel professional. I just get to surround myself with them. But there is a very, very clear difference in your group program and many other group programs. So please, if you are interested in working with groups, definitely reach out to Lynn.
Yes,
Again,
please.
in World Be a Pro, just search for NCL or Norwegian Cruise Line, and you will find information about how to get a hold of Lynn. But also, I do believe we have some information on the groups.
Yes,
there,
fantastic group benefits.
Yes, so check it out. But you know what, Lynn? An hour has flown by.
Wow.
Yeah, your visit to the Sequin Palace, I mean, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. There is a limit, a 1 hour limit on the Sequin Palace, but I know that we will have you back. You are welcome back at any time.
Thank you.
So open invitation. And thank you very much for sharing your passion for Norwegian and your passion for us. We adore you. Clearly, you heard from our entire network, not our entire network, but everybody watching us live. They definitely adore you, and I adore you, and the team here adores you. So, like I said, you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you again. If you joined us live, that's love it when you join us live, but you might be watching this on demand. Or listening to the podcast, because as Evan, our producer, reminded me, this is also a podcast. So, sometimes I have heard from you guys that if you're in front of your computer, you are doing work. So it is when you are away, walking the dog, walking yourself, whatever. I am so glad that between your ears, you hear us talking about our favorite topic, and that is travel. So thank you again for joining us for this Partner Spotlight. And please check in World Via Pro for the events calendar, where you will find loads more content, lots of power talks, partner connections, conversations. You got to check out some conversations with Velma. Our Lux Discuss, which, I mean, those are that's a way for Christine, if you want to luxuriate on Regent. That is a great program to tune in on. But please check the calendar for more live events coming up. Until next time, I'm Joshua Harrell, and I hope you take care of yourself so you can take care of everyone else, and have a wonderful day.